Hello, Assalamualaikum, and good afternoon to the fellow doctor. Thank you, Dr. Azrin, Dr. Fatin, and also Dr. Vanisha for joining us. Today, our agenda is to discuss about human immunodeficiency virus, which is well known with the name HIV. So, Dr. Fatin, before we start our session, can you give a brief about what is HIV itself?
Thank you, Miss Lydia, for the question. So, what is HIV? HIV is a virus that attacks cells that help the body fight infection, making a person more vulnerable to other infections and diseases. It is spread by contact with certainly bodily fluids of a person with HIV, most commonly during unprotected sex or through sharing injection drug equipment. The origin of HIV has been subject of scientific research and debate since the virus was identified in 1980. The first verified case of HIV is from blood sample taken in 1959 from a man who was living in the Democratic Republic of Congo.
Wow. Wow. I'm impressed. That's a really good explanation, Dr. Fatin. Thank you so much. I also curious about something. Did HIV can cause infectious disease from humans to humans?
Thank you, Ms. Lydia, for the question. For information, HIV infects vital cells in the human immune system, such as helper T cell. So over time, they cause acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, which is AIDS. This can take many years to develop if not treated, depending on the individual. HIV can be transmitted via the exchange of a variety of body fluids from infected people, such as from blood, breast milk, semen, and vaginal secretions. So, HIV can also be transmitted from a mother to her child during pregnancy and delivery. Individuals cannot become infected through ordinary day-to-day contact, such as kissing, hugging, shaking hands, or sharing personal objects such as food or water.
When HIV first enters the human bloodstream, the virus circulates throughout the body. The protective surface of HIV is studded with particular proteins called GP120, and inside is a capsid that contains the viral RNA and viral enzymes. Initially, the GP120 protein on the virus is only able to bind to a cell surface protein on the macrophage called the CD4 receptor. A second receptor protein, CCR5, must also be present on the macrophage for the virus to enter the cell by endocytosis. Viral RNA and enzymes are released into the cell's cytoplasm. Reverse transcriptase uses the viral RNA to synthesize first a strand of viral DNA and then the complementary DNA strand. The viral DNA then moves to the nucleus of the cell where it integrates into the host cell's DNA. Transcription of the DNA within the nucleus now results in the production of viral RNA. This viral RNA can serve as the genome for new viruses and can be used as messenger RNA to produce viral proteins during translation by the ribosomes. Complete viruses are assembled and released from the cell via exocytosis, which causes little harm to the macrophage. HIV cycles through macrophages over a period of years and continues to multiply while doing little apparent damage to the body. Eventually, the gene that codes for the GP120 protein is altered by mutation. The altered GP120 protein changes its co-receptor allegiance and now binds to a different co-receptor, CXCR4, which is found on the surface of CD4 plus T cells. The same processes occur within the T cells, resulting in new virus particles. However, as these new viruses leave the T cell, they rupture the plasma membrane, which kills the cell. As these newly released viruses invade and destroy other T cells, the body's immune response is weakened, and this leads directly to the onset of AIDS.
I see. That's the great information that we can share today with our audience. So, we know that HIV target the immune system and weakens people's defense against infections that people with immune system can more easily fight off. So, Dr. Azreen, can you share with us what is the viral impact of HIV?
Thank you, Ms. Lydia, for the question. The symptoms of HIV vary depending on the stage of infection. In the first few weeks after the initial infection, people may experience no symptom or an influenza-like illness including fever, headache, rash, or sore throat. But as the infection progressively weakens the immune system in our body, they can develop other signs and symptoms such as swollen lymph nodes, weight loss, a fever, diarrhea, and a cough. Without a suitable treatment, they could also develop severe illness such as tuberculosis, severe bacterial infection, and cancer such as lymphomas.
Wow, thank you. That's a new information for me. Well, I just want to share with the fellow doctors and the audience about how our Malaysian government control HIV spreadness. The first step to combat the spread of HIV after the first reported case. The Ministry of Health designed a new AIDS policy. Apart from that, Malaysia introduced a safe blood program to screen all blood donations in an effort to ensure that all donated blood is HIV-free. Ministry of Health and several non-governmental organizations formed the Malaysia AIDS Council, creating an umbrella body of NGOs working to reduce the spread of HIV and AIDS as well as to provide support for people who are living with HIV and AIDS.
Well, HIV is thought to have occurred after people ate chimps that were carrying the simian immunodeficiency virus, SIV. HIV is a type of lentivirus, which means it attacks the immune system. SIV attacked the immune system of monkey and apes in a very similar way. This suggests HIV and SIV are closely related, and that SIV in monkeys and apes cross over to human to become HIV. That's the fun fact about how HIV evolved, right? I want to add something because people may get curious about the treatment of HIV. So, a HIV disease can be managed by a treatment regimen composed of a combination of antiretroviral ARV drug.
Well, for your information, current antiretroviral therapy, which called ARVs, does not cure HIV infection but suppresses viral replication and allows an individual's immune system recovery to strengthen and regain the capacity to fight off opportunistic infections and some cancers.
Phew. Wow, that's a lot of information I got today. Hopefully, this sharing session will be beneficial to all of you. Thank you and Assalamualaikum.